I don't expect anyone to join on Christmas Day. But who knows? I'm gonna give it 5 minutes. If nobody joins in 5 minutes, I'll call it and I'll just go watch a movie. G80 Sean, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Let's see. I'm giving it 5 minutes, guys. I don't think anyone's. I mean, well, we have five people right now, but I don't know how many people are gonna join. Just giving it some time. Trying to. This dude decided to park next to me just now. Hello from Kings, Illinois. I'm off until tomorrow, getting my 8 hours of holiday pay at $45.33 an hour. Nice, Jason King. Well, I am in Illinois as well. I'm near Rochelle, and I am not getting paid anything. Well, actually, I did get $25 from Prime for a Christmas meal, but I used that last night. I almost, well, not almost, I was tempted for a second to fly home for Christmas and come back since there are no loads today, but J80 Sean, I'm on the road too, gonna park at the Lofts in Jasper. Nice. Nice. Is that Jasper, Florida, Jasper, Tennessee, Jasper, where, J80 Sean? So we are 3 minutes in. I'm giving it until 5 minutes so I can talk a little bit about my thoughts on Christmas and Prime. Oh, nice, Florida. Cool, cool. Yeah, that is a good Loves for fuel. Okay, we're 4 minutes in. I guess I can start. It's fine. Well, guys, for anyone that's watching, Merry Christmas. I hope you are having a good day, whether it is with your family or in the road or on the road, like G80 Sean and Jason King. Well, Jason King's off, but I am near Rochelle, Illinois, and I delivered a load yesterday at 5 in the morning with hopes. Well, I delivered a load yesterday at 5 in the morning, pretty much with a full clock, with hopes of getting a load yesterday that would carry me through the holiday. But that didn't happen. I ran into a couple of Prime drivers yesterday that are sitting until Thursday. So here we are. And well, again, that's the case for me as well. I'm picking up a load tomorrow, and we're just going to continue running after that. G80 Sean asks, what's the down payment amount for lease purchase? Can I order any truck? So the down payment is, how to explain this? If you don't complete a single lease or any, yeah, let me start over. The down payment for a lease purchase is $14,000 to start. If you, for every year that you complete a lease, you get $1,000 off out of those $14,000. In my case, because I did 2 years out of my last truck, I got $2,000 off of my $14,000 lease purchase down payment. If you go to Success Leasing website, the only trucks that you will see available are Peterbilt, Art, and Freightliner. But if you contact Success Leasing, they can help you get a Volvo International. I don't know if Kenworth as well, but I know that they can help you get a Volvo if that's what you want. I don't know how the payment scheme will go. I think that the down payment is the same, but I'm not sure how the weekly payments will go for that. But you can work with Success Leasing to get a different brand of truck. Yeah. So this is my 3rd year working with Prime or at Prime through the holidays. I did go on vacation last year for Christmas. My first year in 2022, I worked through Christmas. I went home January 2nd. Last year, I took home time. I went home from I want to say the 22nd to the 2nd, or from the 22nd to the 1st actually. I was at Pittston hopping back on my truck January 1st. And my personal thoughts is that you should be home for Christmas. There's no reason to be out here. If you care about the raffle, I guess that's a reason for some people. The reason why I am working through the holidays is because I can afford to go home, but I feel like I spend too much money at home. Sorry, too much time and money at home this year. So I kind of need to even out the scale, if that makes sense. And I was tempted to fly yesterday. I'm like 68 miles away from Chicago. I could have hopped on a plane, but I didn't think it was worth it. It was like $100 Uber ride plus a $400 ticket for potentially 2 days. So yeah, it didn't make sense. And I'm probably gonna go home for a couple of days in January, so it's fine. But sitting out here at this Love's, it's nice to see that there are some people running. Not me though. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions for me, I'm here. Just gonna chill for a couple more minutes before I go watch a movie. Slime Pack 392. How's it going? Merry Christmas. Little dude from across the street. Henny or vodka? Henny, I guess. But yeah. Little dude from across the street. That is the only comment that I see. But yeah, so, well, like I was saying, I guess, I could have been home for Christmas. I feel like I've spent too much home time this year, and I haven't had a solid amount of time trucking nonstop to where I feel like I'm actually working out here. I always work for a little bit, go home, for a long period of time, and I felt like I needed to work through the holidays this time around. Ideally, by doing this one time, or this second time, I guess, because I did it in 2022 as well. If I stay consistent with working through next year, I can take probably the entire month of January, or maybe like half of December and the beginning of January in 2026 off to not deal with this ever again. But we will see. A little dude from across the street. That's fine, man. I don't need that. I don't drink when I'm on the road anyway, so yeah. I rarely even drink, so. The only thing that I drink, since we're on that subject, is I'll get some whiskey to drink with my dad when I'm home, and maybe a beer here and there. But the last couple of times that I've been home, I've been more focused on other things. I didn't even get a chance to get a drink. So I've seen the Super Ego trailers, but I've never looked into Super Ego. And honestly, the only other than the people that I know that work in Prime or at Prime, I know a couple of friends that work at Landstar and a couple of friends that work at Walmart. You know? And I mean, those are not bad companies. Get some water. Oh, dang. I ran out of water. Oh. Railroad 3-step. How's it going? Merry Christmas. Not much going on. Taking a break from laying in bed and watching movies. I FaceTimed the family last night for a minute, to wish them Merry Christmas. And I really haven't heard from them today. They're probably enjoying themselves at the beach. Little dude from across the street, are you allowed to take your truck somewhere else, like Schneider or JB Hunt? So, once I reach the halfway point on my lease, which in my case is 2 years because I did a 4-year agreement, I can pull the truck off Prime's fleet and run it wherever I want, as long as I continue to make payments or pay it off. Marcus Dixon, Merry Christmas. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce this one. On iJax, I guess. Have you seen examples of Prime actually, for whatever reason, starve a lease purchase out of business? None of the people that I know have been through that. You always read comments of people saying that they will starve you. That has not been my experience up to this point. Not in the 2 years that I had my lease. Not in the couple of months that I had my lease purchase so far. And usually when I talk to some of these people, not in the comments, but not the people in the comments, but people that I've met that are struggling per se, I can see some things that they are doing that may get them in that situation. They're declining too many loads. They don't want to run at certain times. They don't want to go to certain places. And I'm not saying that that's why maybe they are in that situation, but that is an indicator. I mean, those are things that I am willing to do, and I am not affected in that way. So, no. But I haven't seen that. Railroad 3 steps. Thank you, man. Prime's treating me all right. They had the raffle, and they incentivize people to work through the holidays, but there are no loads through the holidays as of this moment. I don't know what that tells you. I picked up a load in Green Bay on Sunday at 10 o'clock at night. 2-stop load, delivered it. First stop around Madison, Wisconsin, Monday morning. Second stop around St. Louis, Missouri at 5 in the morning yesterday with a full clock. I completed my split at the receiver. And, I went to park in Pontoon Beach, Illinois around 9 in the morning with a full clock. And the best load that they could get me was a load that picks up tomorrow. So a day and a half, essentially 2 days of sitting. So that's where we are. Little dude from across the street, I was looking at Hirschbach too. Again, I've seen the Hirschbach trucks, but I really don't know anything about them. Mark Gilly, hit the like, everyone. Yes, hit the like, even though I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Railroad 3 step. He says, there's always freight for me. Where do you work, man? Now, I'll be honest. I really wanted to get a load yesterday that would carry me through the holidays. Hopefully, I was hoping for a long load. Or even just something to get me moving. And that wasn't the case. And, maybe I'm a bad business owner. Maybe I'm just lazy. I mean, I saw them. They sent me that load that picked up on the 26th. And I wasn't thrilled, but I just accepted it. I was like, whatever. I'll take the downtime. So, and I was just relaxing in Green Bay for a couple of days. So, well, maybe that's just me. Oh, you're a railroader. Nice. Nice. How does that work? Don't you have to be like an engineer? Like a train engineer? I don't know. Mark Gilly, Hirschbach, don't. Wow, my accent came out right there. Hirschbach, don't pass the math test on the calculator test. I don't know about that. Railroad 3 steps. Start out as a conductor, then can become an engineer. Nice. Nice. How long? I mean, railroad three-step. How? Like, I don't know that I would pursue that, but I'm genuinely curious because, like, in trucking, for at least with Prime, you know, you put in 5 weeks to get your CDL on the high end, and you're in the door. You know, you're training, and then you get on your own truck. How easy is it to switch careers to become a conductor? Railroad three-step, if you don't mind me asking. G80 Sean, I was able to get in and out of Nashville on the 24th, no traffic. That's actually surprising. That is surprising. The last couple of times that I've driven through Nashville, I want to say it was like at around... One time it was like around 4 o'clock and I didn't hit any traffic. And then the other time, which I think was the most recent, around two months ago probably, I hit horrible traffic at like 7 o'clock at night. And I think there was some construction on 24 south of Nashville. Yeah. Whenever I get a load that gets me through Nashville and or Atlanta, I plan to drive through both cities between 10 o'clock and 4 in the morning. Railroad three-step replied, depends on what company you go with. Class 1, like BNSF. I'm guessing that's a company, I think. NS, etc. Okay, so those are companies for sure. The hiring process is somewhat long, but this career isn't for everyone. I'd imagine. How often do you stop? Is an interesting question, I guess. I mean, I would guess railroad three-step that it is a lifestyle, kind of like trucking. You know, you gotta enjoy it to a degree. If you see it as a job, that's perfectly fine. But certainly looking at it as a lifestyle or finding the enjoyment on it, kind of like I do, makes it a lot easier. We can work 12 hours a day. Oh, that's nice. So it's hourly. Or is it salary, railroad three-step? Let me see if I can show this. Little dude from across the street. I'm surprised Busy Blake is leaving Prime. He was always bumping his gums about Prime. I gotta be honest, I've heard of Busy Blake. I've never watched Busy Blake. The YouTubers that I watch, the trucker YouTubers that I watch, are Cajun Couple Trucking, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, Jim C, Freight Skater. Let's see. What else do I watch? I think that's it. I think that's it. I can't think of another one. If I think of another one, I'll mention it. Oh, of course, well, my trainer, Truck Money BG, but he's not making videos as much lately, so. Let's see. Railroad three-step depends. Some hourly, but some aren't. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't mind working a 12-hour day. The thing, so how often do you stop in a day? You said, I mean, I would imagine that maybe there are some days in which you don't stop at all, if that makes sense. Brandon Barsar asked, you work at Prime and so do I. I asked Fleet Manager for an advance of $25 just to get me by until payday and don't know how to access said money. Just started leasing last week. Eesh, Brandon, I am so sorry. I have never asked for an advance in my life. I don't know how that works. I do see that you can get a cash advance at Love's when you fuel. So I wonder if maybe you can get it like that. That's the only way that I can think of it. James Gibbons, being a railroader, they are union guys and you work 10 to 12 hour days or night and the car is there to switch out train crews at point of chosen switch. Wait, I gotta read this again. Holy crap. Okay. Being a railroader, they are union guys and work 12-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days. And the car is there to switch out train crews at point of chosen switch. They get paid really well too. Got you. Gabriel, feliz Navidad, bro. ¿Dónde estás? Brandon Brassard, definitely something to try. Thanks. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you with that, but I've never. Thankfully, I've never been in a situation where I needed to get an advance. When I started training at Prime, I emptied out my 401k. I didn't have much. I had like $5,000, but that I used less than half that money to carry me through training at Prime, and then I started making money again. And thankfully, thankfully that faucet hasn't shut off, if that makes sense. James Gibbons, they should have to put it on their fuel card. Yeah. Little dude from across the street, Super Ego only does $50 cash advance. What is that? Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. Like, again, I've never taken a cash advance. I've been in debt before. I am in some debt right now, but never to the point where I needed a cash advance. Thank God. Gabriel is in Puerto Rico. Que bien, bro. Nice. Enjoy. My family's at the beach right now, and I'm here in Illinois. Let's see. It's 38 degrees up here, so not freezing. Matthew Fields, I just like and subscribe to your channel. Thank you, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. Let's see. So I just found out that I ran out of water, and I'm drinking this Naked Blue Machine. I'm gonna have to go get some water at the Loves in a minute. Thank you, Gabriel. Sent to you. Feliz Año Nuevo, bro. Yeah. Let's see. James Gibbons, I'm considering becoming a train operator after 32 years of being in the trucking industry and 25 years as an owner-operator with Landstar. I'm ready for a new career adventure in transportation. That sounds interesting. I never thought about being a train operator. That I may look into that. The thing with me is that, of course, I'm already on this path with my lease purchase to where at least for another 2 years, at this point, 22 months before I can really get out of it without losing the truck. But that doesn't mean that some things aren't worth looking into. Maybe a career as a train operator or some different career uh, can be lucrative or appealing enough to give some stuff up. I would have to look into it. Actually, never thought of that. Let's see. Railroad 3-step depends. Some bits you Some bits you stop more. Okay, so I'm guessing some days. I'm guessing he said some days you stop more than others. Also depends what you haul. Passenger freight is different than freight. Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah. See, when I think railroad operator, I just think like um cargo trains. I wasn't thinking of passenger trains at all. Little dude from across the street. How do TNT trainers get paid at Prime? So I know it's changed since I was in training and since I was training. If I'm not mistaken, it's $900 a week. And then there's like a prorated amount on top, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. I think they start you at 900 a week. That's like a guarantee. Our Berwick, where are you? Where you at, brother? I just turned your live feed. Hey man, Merry Christmas. I am near Rochelle, Illinois. Enjoying Christmas. Hey David, what's up? Merry Christmas to you too. A little different across the street. Like, is it based off the miles of the student? No. So the trainer, the TNT trainer, it could either be a company driver or a owner operator. So, well, not owner operator, a company driver or a lease driver. So if it's a lease driver, the lease driver is going to get paid the load, and you will get paid your guarantee out of what he makes as an employee. And regardless, it's guaranteed $900 a week to start. A little dude from across the street. Railroad 3-step. There's a few YouTube channels for the railroad, but not many. Yeah, actually, like I've never thought about looking into it. I'm gonna have to check that out later today. Trucking King, what's up? Merry Christmas. Romeo's burning. I'm gonna head to Virginia. Gonna be looking for some drones. Good luck with that, man. Dang. Yeah, I thought that was further north. Wasn't that around New Jersey, the drone thing? I haven't heard any of that in like a couple weeks. No, in a couple days. Let's see. James Gibbons, that's why you don't lease from big companies. You lease or buy from outside leasing company. Payments are lower, and you can take the truck wherever you want to. So I looked into that. I haven't made a video on that yet. I've been slacking on my videos. As soon as Prime announced how the camera situation was going to work, I looked into SFI. I didn't get to look into Lone Mountain. I looked into SFI. And the thing is that you do get lower payments and you get that freedom. But the truck comes better equipped at Prime for less money. Now, that alone shouldn't be the justification, because the potential to make more money if you're flexible with your truck is there. But I was just comfortable running at Prime, and I have a good thing going, in my opinion. So I just wanted to keep with that. But I mean, now I'm stuck for 2 years. I wouldn't say stuck. I am stuck, but I mean, I'm okay with it. And in 2 years, within the next 2 years, I'm going to be looking at the options. So if there's anything that's worth me pulling the truck, that makes it worth it for me to pull the truck out, I will do that in a heartbeat. Romeo's burning. Yeah, I got paranoid about the load, so I researched Google. They've also had sightings recently. Oh, dang. Yeah, I heard. I mean, I thought I heard that they were in like New Jersey, but I didn't know they were that far south. James Givens, Rails, Tales, and Trails, and Railroad Talk, and Outdoors are two really good ones. I'm gonna screenshot that. Yeah. Trucking King, 2 years go by quick in trucking. That is correct, man. Like 2 years go by quick, but also a lot of stuff happens in that time. And you know, a lot of opportunities may show up in those 2 years that you may not be able to take because you're already in a set path. With that being said, you know, I accept that because I made that choice to set myself on this path. So if there's anything I can do, if an opportunity shows up and I can act on it, great. If I can't act on it because of the path that I set myself in, then that is the consequence. Yeah. So, because it's well, how do I say this? So, over the last week or so, I've been watching the Die Hard movies because they are technically Christmas movies. And I had only watched the first one. The second and third, I had never watched in English because I only saw them on like cable TV. And I'd never watched them from beginning to end nonstop. So that's been fun. I like watching movies, so. Let's see. Trucking King. I can't believe that I've been in trucking more than 13 years and I started when I was 24. Dang. Yeah, so I mean, it is kind of the same thing for me. I mean, I've only been trucking for 3 years, but they've gone by really quickly. And, you know, my first year I focused on clearing some debt. The second year I took a bunch of home time and I saved to get my lease truck. And this year I had some medical issues, and you know, I still managed to live comfortably, but I feel personally that in the 3 years that I've been doing this, I don't really have much to show for it, for that sacrifice of trucking. Well, I have the truck and my lease purchase finally, but I could have done so much more had I focused on working a little bit more and being less at home, or spending less time at home. Romeo's Burning. I haven't been on Lyle's Lives because I've been waiting for hours. Dang. Railroad 3-step. Do you ever regret leaving the auto industry to go driving? No. I love working on cars. Whenever I go home, I get to work on my cars a little bit. I live with my parents still, and I don't have a place to work on them as I did when I was in the auto industry. But the auto industry was changing in the sense that, at least for BMW, you were having to do more stuff while getting paid less or the same. They wanted, for example, for us to like do walk around videos for customers without getting paid anything. And I didn't like that. Then I also don't like dealing with people as much, dealing with customers, if you will. And I love driving, so I still love trucking. The flip side to trucking and how much I love it is that you are away from home. And while you are single, that is, it's not necessarily an issue, but long term, it's definitely a hard path. My personal goal is that within the next 2 to 3 years, I will find a way to either settle down for a local job. Now I am going to have this truck, so I mean, there's a lot of options, thankfully, because of where I'm at. But I would like to to get a local job if possible. I haven't looked into the train stuff, so so who knows? Maybe that can open some doors. But you know, my expectation is to have kids, you know, have a family, and I would like to be home as much as possible for that. Trucking king, but after 13 years, I learned to prefer time over money because I have three little ones. I 100% get that. Um, in my current situation, trucking king, I am kind of like that still with my parents. I love my parents and I want to take advantage of them while I have them with us. I mean, I'm still gonna have them for a long time. Uh, I'm hoping, but I still want to enjoy them as much as I can. The thing for me is that, you know, how do I say this? I do realize that this is the time to grind and make as much money as I can. That doesn't mean never go home, but definitely prioritize work, because when I do have a family and I do have kids like you do, um, that's when I really need to be home. Like now I can, you know, I can be home with my parents, but I don't need to be home to be with my parents. I need to prepare for the times when I'm actually gonna need to do that. Romeo's burning. Has the camera had gotten you for yawning when you were actually singing? Singing yet? Got me last week. Okay, so you know, no, not at all. I have been yawning. I have been sneezing, like one of those long sneezes where you're kind of like getting there, and it hasn't gotten me for yawning or sneezing or anything like that. However, this last Monday, I was leaving Green Bay. I was around Appleton, taking an exit, and this is at like midnight. I wasn't yawning. I don't know where I was looking or where my head was, but it didn't trigger an event, so I don't have a video to find out what triggered it. But the camera did say, "Stay alert." So I don't know what caused it, honestly. Now, the alert that I get a lot, and I've gotten a couple of events from the camera, is distracted driving. And it's literally just because maybe I look down to put on my headphones, or maybe I'm eating a protein bar and some crumbs land on my lap and I'm cleaning them. So I look down maybe 3 times in 10 seconds and it triggers that alert. I actually got one yesterday. Look at this. I was looking at it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Driver distraction. You'll get a kick out of this. So this is when I triggered it. That block right there. And look what I did. There's nobody in front of me at all. Still, it triggered it. Anyway, let's see. Railroad 3-step. I love this type of work, but I definitely recommend doing your research. Just like any career move, like if you can't pass the test, you get sent home. And that's another thing, man. Railroad 3-step. Well, thankfully, I'm fairly responsible, I would say, other than having 3 cars and no place of my own. I would say that I'm fairly responsible. but but you know, that's another fear. Obviously, with a lot of career moves, you can get them started without leaving your current job. But even then, you know, anything can happen. And when I have a good thing going, like with Prime and this truck, it's I haven't found myself in the position where I am taking like big risks. You know, I could have ordered this truck sooner, but I needed to wait and see the details on how the cameras are going to work out before I spent the money, because I needed to make sure that you know, that I wasn't going to lose my investment, that I wasn't going to take this risk in vain. And honestly, I mean, I guess I could say that at this point in my life, I should be taking bigger risks, but I am a little bit afraid, honestly. So, but from what you're saying about the being a conductor, I'm curious on how that lifestyle is. Again, I don't know that I would jump on it, but I mean, I'm already doing this, so it wouldn't hurt to look. Romeo's burning. I heard sitting for extended periods of time. Oh, Lord's before thought. Okay, thank God I didn't read that out loud. But let's read it out loud. I heard sitting for extended periods of time will lower sperm count. Let me read it again. I heard sitting for extended periods of time will lower sperm count. Food for thought. Maybe. I don't know. I'll do my research on that, but let me stand up just in case. No reason. But yeah. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? Railroad 3-step. How long have you been working as a conductor or in the railroad industry? Let's see. 1 second. 6 years. Gotcha. Now, what were you doing before Railroad 3-step, if you don't mind me asking? Romeo's burning. Anyway, I was thinking I get back my down payment for a truck for my lease completion, but not worried I would get anything back after watching your last video. Yeah, man, so I actually recorded a video last night, that I will post tomorrow on why I think you should jump into lease purchase right away. If that's, I mean, it depends if that's your intention. If you just want to complete a lease and get the money and jump on another lease, then I mean, you should do that if that's what you want. But if you're eventually planning on getting a truck or buying a truck, you should get out of your standard lease as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to the charges that I experienced, keep in mind that if I would have finished my lease, I probably would have gotten the money back on the completion, like 15,000, I think it was, or 20,000 or whatever. But more than likely, in those 10 months that I had left, I would have had to, you know, cover some of the maintenance that I got charged for anyway. So it's the same thing. Railroad 3-step, 6 years. It's a career if you can push through getting furloughed until you have seniority and show you want to work. Yeah, I'll show I want to work for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm genuinely curious. But at the same time, like, there's been a couple times. There's been a couple times in which I've been looking, mainly in the last 6 months, into finding something regional, something local, but I still love OTR. I understand that it's not for everybody. I like waking up in a different part of the country. I like not knowing where my next load is going to go. I like taking in the scenery. I hate getting caught in snow, but once it clears and there's snow on the ground, I love the scenery as well. I love OTR still. I just like sitting on the seat and listening to music. And I spent a couple of days in Green Bay over the weekend, and the moment I hit the road again, it was in the middle of the night, but I just like blast my music, and I'm back in my groove. It's hard to explain. I just love driving so much, you know. And, yeah. But yeah. Romeo's burning. Do you got your chains on the truck? I'm like Eric. I don't even carry. I don't have chains. I have tire socks because they are pretty much an ornament. I only have them because they are required. I have no intention of ever using chains or socks. If it's snowing to where I need to put them on, I'll park. I won't move. It's not worth it, in my opinion. If someone else wants to push through it, uh, more power to them. But not for me. I'll turn off the truck, I'll hop back in the bunk, and I'll play guitar, watch a movie, wait it out. Yeah. Especially now that I have this truck. Like, I wouldn't have risked it. I wouldn't have risked it with my last truck, but less so now. No limit DE. If I bring my truck over to Prime, do I have to get their camera and turn my truck down? So, no limit DE. If you want to run under their authority, you will have to make those modifications. If you come, I don't know how that works, but I know that you can have your own authority and run Prime Freight, and at that point you can do whatever you want. But if you're gonna run under their DOT, you need to, what's the word? You need to get this technology. Let's just say that. You're welcome, No Limit D. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year. Okay, guys, so it is 53 minutes. I'm gonna wait for it to hit an hour. At an hour, I'm going to watch a movie. I don't know what I'm gonna watch, so if you guys have any suggestions, you can drop it in the comments right now. I was considering watching Eyes Wide Shut. I haven't watched it in years, and apparently it is considered a Christmas movie as well. But yeah. Hey, Hannah. Ooh, Romeo's burning. You need to get an N64 flashcard so you can have all the games on the cartridge. Man, the only game that I don't have for the N64 is Mario Kart. From the ones that I would like to have. Mario Kart and Mario Party. No, actually, I do have Mario Kart. I don't have Mario Party. I need to get that for the N64. Romeo's Burning says, watch Desperado. Man, if I'm going to watch Desperado, I got to watch El Mariachi and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I may do that. Railroad 3-step. Watch a snowplow locomotive. They'll make you apply to the railroad. Then, yeah. We'll see. You know what? I might just play some Nintendo 64 actually, instead of watching a movie. Actually, let me show you, David. Let's see.